March 3rd, 2010.
The cougar has become a pop culture staple, but is it for better or for worse? The so-called cougar phenomenon is nothing new. Think Dustin Hoffman seduced by the much older Mrs. Robinson in the 1967 Academy Award-winning film The Graduate. Reality television has now firmly entrenched the cougar in modern popular culture. But has the term itself become a little crass? Ryan Owens hunts for the answer in tonight's Sign of the Times.
Cougars rarely attack humans. They're actually an endangered species. Unless you happen to encounter them at the Tropicana on the Vegas Strip, where just down the hall from the psychic readings, you'll find the first ever Las Vegas Cougar Convention.
Oh, honey, I'm still hitting it.
The convention rules are pretty simple. To get in, a woman must be at least 40.
You know, we got stretch marks, we got battle wounds.
I'm going to start with a question my mom told me never to ask, and that is, how old are you?
I'm 29 for the 20th time.
One more rule. A cougar is supposed to be single. As for the men...
I do have a girlfriend, but she does know I'm here, so... Oh.
Well, the younger the better. They are called cubs. The good folks at the Tropicana brought out a real cub for the photo op. He's 10 weeks old. These cubs have to be at least old enough to drink, and more than a few are old enough to realize they don't want to be on TV for this. Do you have a thing for younger men? Is that why you're here?
Of course.
Phyllis Doherty is the oldest cougar here at the ripe young age of 73. How old are some of these men that you've been talking to?
28, 30.
Is there any age that's too young for you?
No, except legally.
These days, cougars are part of our culture. From the ABC primetime hit Cougar Town to real-life Hollywood. Demi Moore is 15 years older than Ashton Kutcher. Let's just say there are a lot of Stellas in Hollywood getting their groove back. A group called the Society of Professional Singles is putting on the Vegas convention and plans similar gatherings all over the world. The term cougar has been around for a while.
Yes.
Has it started to get bad press?
There's always been bad press with the word cougar because it has those predatory connotations.
You don't say.
I like the word cougar because I started doing cougar parties 15 years ago before they had invented the word cougar. We were calling them younger men, older women parties. Nobody knew we was alive. Nightline wasn't calling to interview us. 2 years ago, we changed the name to Cougar Parties, and now the news media is breaking down our door worldwide.
But with all of that attention comes more scrutiny, and some believe a backlash. For example, this same group sponsored a cougar cruise late last year. After it, Carnival Cruise Lines banned them. Carnival said there were no problems on board, but apparently didn't think the whole older woman, younger man thing was right for their corporate image. Other cruise lines, we should point out, are still welcoming cougars to cruise the high seas. One more recent cougar controversy. Northern Ireland's First Lady, Iris Robinson, is paying a huge political price for acting a lot more like that other Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
The very married 60-year-old had a steamy affair with a 19-year-old. The tabloids cannot get enough, nicknaming her the Celtic Cougar. These cougars say they don't feel the backlash. Quite the opposite. Some people look at this and go, oh, come on, these older women going after...
Are you kidding me? The men have been doing this for generations.
And so you figure what's good for the goose is good for the gander?
Better for the gander.
I'm almost afraid to ask this question, but what is the youngest guy you've been with?
22.
Okay.
I do have a lover that's 23 years old.
A lover?
Yes.
With that, the self-appointed Miss Real Cougar California asked for my phone number. These cubs are 25, 23, and 26. What's the age limit?
Sky.
The sky?
The sky.
I mean, there's some 70-year-old women in there.
They have the energy, you know.
65 is your limit? 60. How'd you come up with that?
Just thought of it now.
On behalf of women in their 20s, I feel like I have to ask, what's wrong with them?
They're boring now.
They're boring?
Yeah. Mostly just immature.
Yeah, they stay inside and get on Facebook and MySpace and think that's the world when it's not.
So young women, be warned. While you're on the computer, the next man of your dreams might just be on the dance floor with a cougar. I'm Ryan Owens for Nightline in Where Else, Las Vegas.
Where else? Sin City.